So that's the key. That's why we do this. Okay, let's do the favorite bit to begin with, my cards. This is empowering deck. My clients who visited me at Theo, they know that at some point we do pick up our cards. So let's pick up a card that is for our collective awareness and consciousness when it comes to communication. Okay, so let's begin with closing our eyes, and please repeat after. Holy Spirit, speak through me. Inhale deep, exhale. Holy Spirit, speak through me. Inhale. Final. Holy Spirit, speak through me. And let's slowly open our eyes. Wow. This card is amazing. It says, I'm going to read it out for you and then perhaps put a picture later. It says, you're on a journey to your own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Only you can choose your path. Wow. Pilgrimage. Amazing. Nice. Again, however you want to give the card a meaning is entirely up to you, because we all are evolving. We all are spiritual beings. It's nothing like somebody who meditates is more spiritual than the other person. There is no hard and fast rule to that, honestly, because a lot of us who are meditating, we don't know where we are heading, even we are heading anywhere or not. Is it mechanical, or is it because we are really getting deep into the deep wisdom? All right, let's come back to the topic. Mindful communication. I had done a very quick video 2 hours back. I don't know if some of you saw that or not. So let's see, what does it mean to, what is communication? Let's interact a little bit. It's going to be a very crisp session. We're not sitting here for hours together. So let's quickly tap in. What is communication? What do you feel? What's communication? Feel free, throw in your comments and share. It's not that you're going to let me know anything. I don't need to know anything, and neither do you need to know anything. However, we want to share. We want to share because your response matters. Don't think anything away from, going away from communication. You matter. What you think matters, and nothing is too much, too less. So let me share with you what I have realized. I love breaking down the words. Some of you who know me personally. Communication means that you commute. Break the word. Listen to this. You commute. Commute where? Commute means travel, isn't it? So you are commuting. You commute from your heartfelt feelings onto the heart of the other person. So in your communication, you're commuting with your heartfelt feelings and taking them on to the heart of the other person. That is your offering. So in your communication, you are offering your heartfelt feelings over to the other person. So a communication is an offering where you commute your heartfelt feelings to the other person. How does that feel? This is an original. Of course, I learned it from great masters, and then I started experiencing it. So this is the opening. Sit with it, expressing yourself to others. Definitely, that's very important, because until and unless we don't express ourselves to others, the others would never know who we truly are. Or how do I wish that the other person take me in? Do they take me just for fun, or they take me seriously, or they take me in when they really wish to reach out for an advice, for whenever they are concerned? It could be a million reasons, okay? Now, second question of my video that I did 2 hours back was, why communicate? So take a moment. If you didn't see the video, it's not a big deal. Why communicate? Yeah, think about it. All the communications that you do day in, day out. Anybody sending you a hi, we send a random hi, how are you? Right? So going back, are you commuting with your heartfelt feelings onto the other person, to their heart? Very essential and necessary, okay? So why communicate? Again, I'm going to share my perspective. You can definitely, put that at a side or let that sit with you and give it a go. Spend a couple of days with this side of wisdom. And we wish and desire truly to have what? Healthy relationships, right? So why communicate? So that we can cultivate healthy relationships. I know a lot of you might know that, and it's not rocket science, but it's very important that we get to this understanding. Sometimes listening the same thing from a different voice brings us back into our soul self journey, right? Yes, to understand one another's feelings. Beautiful. All right. So this is the groundwork. Now let's understand what happens when we are trying to communicate and we are coming from a great place. I'm sure most of us are, but something just happens. Like you go like, oh my God, but this is not what I meant, or this is not what I was trying to say. How did this all tumble over, went in a whole different direction? Because we are coming from one of these 3 things. Now hear me out very carefully. Conflict, confusion, comparison. You can put that down in your notes. I'll make sure I have a little time where I can put all of this in notes, just for you to come back to it to see if there's anything valuable for you to kind of grasp back into. Because at this moment we are listening and sharing and understanding. A lot is happening, right? So why do we sometimes fall off our communication regardless of the good, great, best of intents that we have? Confusion, comparison, conflict, right? I hope it's making sense with at least some of you, right? Why comparison? Because when we are in a communication, why are we communicating? Healthy relationships. So somebody is having another healthy relationship with somebody else, whereas we want to have that healthy relationship. We want to be a number 1, 2, 3 in somebody's life, right? That could be a possibility. But what is happening? We are in comparison. We are in comparison with that XYZ or ABC. So because of that comparison, now we want to communicate. Isn't that funny? Or the second step goes is that maybe we are confused. We don't even know why we are communicating. Just because we know a couple of words, we feel, okay, let's talk. We need to get down to the base of it, into the root of it, right? And the third thing is conflict. Tell me something. When things are going perfectly fine, how much do you feel the need to communicate? To another scenario, when things aren't very pleasant, how much do you communicate then? Again, communication can be non-verbal as well. I've seen in my professional life, doing certain sessions with couples together, and I've seen when things are a little sour, I don't want to say bitter, are a little sour, what happens? There is an absolute no communication, but actually there is a communication happening even when there are no words. Isn't that funny and true? So it's not that I'm not talking to him anymore, I'm not talking to her anymore. We are talking, but it's a non-verbal communication, right? So keep putting your notes down and see what's making sense, what's not. What I'm talking to you is something that I've learned in the past, 8 to 10 years, a gist of everything. So this is really, really important, and we need to have a foundation of communication, okay? Now, let's understand, who are we communicating with, right? So many times we feel that we are communicating with others, But hello, let's come back. Communication happens at two levels. We communicate with the self, and we communicate with others. Again, it can be verbal, it can be non-verbal. Non-verbal is where you have your body language, where you have your vibration, right? These two little things called eyebrows, they can tell you a lot. You look at somebody who's a little cross, you can already see it in the eyebrows. Start noticing, it's interesting. Now when you're talking to people, notice their eyebrows. Where are they going? Are they meeting and showing up these lines in the center, or the eyebrows are relaxed? I come from a psychology background. I've done like face reading studies and this and that as a part of my study program, because you got to learn everything. I did lifespan developmental, so it was all the way from the time the babies are born up until, when the older generation people, they're about to leave their bodies. So one of the important things I saw was everything was in the eyebrows. And that's why, spiritually we say the third chakra. This is where the wisdom is. So we squeeze into this wisdom when the eyebrows get very tight. Of course, the jaw is another important thing. When we are clenching the jaw, when we are clenching the teeth, we are not communicating. We are doing something else. It's a disservice at a soul level. To who? To you first, and then to the person who is with you in your conversation, in your communication. Very essential. If you don't have anything nice to say, believe me, cut the crap, don't talk about it. Why? You're creating another karmic cycle for yourself. Everything comes back, doesn't it? So if you don't have anything good to say, this is your number one. If you don't have something good to say, zip it up. It's better not to say than to say, and because your cellular system listens to it. You got to believe that. Your cellular system is listening to everything twice when you're speaking it through your beautiful mouth. These two lips are amazing. This mouth is beautiful. Would you eat anything expired? Just tell me, would you? No, you wouldn't. So why are you always, why are we churning our life on expired emotions? Think about it. We are meeting those same people every single day, every single time, with those expired emotions of yesterday, of 3 months back, of 2 years back, of 3 decades back. For what? When you wouldn't eat something that is expired, then why are you eating on those emotions? You're going to have an emotional diarrhea. Yes, that's a word, emotional diarrhea. So think about it. Very, very, very essential. Okay? So that's your number one. If you don't have anything good to say, shut up. Like, honestly, I don't use these words, but really, shut up these two lips. You're better off not saying anything than to say something. Now you'll be like, Anjali, but I got to put my word across. Everything. Who wants to put the word across? Tell me. Who are you? Tell me, who are you? You are love. You're not even your name. You are love. You're not fear. How about when you ask, I knew you would come up with something like that. Yes, asking for help is good, but again, you got to see your intent. That are you coming from a space of love? Or are you asking for help because you helped an XYZ and then, oh my God, it's about time. They got to return my favor. I know you're not that kind of person. You're ultra sweet and ultra kind, and I love you for that. So again, it's very important. Even when you're asking, it has to come from a space of love. Okay? Because ego would go, oh my God, am I asking for too much? Should I be asking for help? No, then what is happening? Go back to what I said. 3 things. Confusion, comparison, conflict. These are your 3 pillars. When you're asking for help, this is the best advice I can give. Check in, check within. Is there any conflict that I'm asking for help? Because I think that I deserve the help and I need to reach out because this is how it should be. Or there is a comparison because somebody asked for help from a certain person and XYZ happened. We don't know yet, right? And that's why. Or the third one is there is some confusion, right? conflict, comparison, confusion. You have to have that as your baseline to check with before we are asking for help. To me, I truly feel be a master asker, right? Why? Asking for help makes us humble. Very important. Communication, this is a fundamental principle that when you ask for help, you check into these three things, and if after this you've checked in that you aren't on any of these platforms, you ask for help, and genuinely asking for help makes you humble, because then you know that this is something that I cannot source for myself or provide for myself, and yes, I am going to ask for help, right? I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for asking me that question. Okay, now the first thing was that, if you don't have anything good to say, don't even bother. Quiet, okay? Number 2 is that increase your emotional vocabulary. When somebody's asking you, how are you feeling? Don't give a dumb answer. I'm fine, I'm okay. Add 2 sentences more, because for them to ask you, how are you? It should make value. Add value, because that will help each one of you open up a little bit more. Okay, number 3, don't take things personally. Extremely important. Why am I saying that? Right? Don't take things personally. Why? You got to focus on what was being said rather than who said it. It's very easy to cut people out of your life. Believe me. I've been living in Bangkok. It's been almost 17, 18? Yeah, 18. Oh no, 18, 19 years. 18, 19 years. I have met a whole lot of people. I was a very different person back then, so my circle was very different. Now I'm a different kind of person with a different purpose, and now I have different kind of people. But what is important is that you need to ask yourself, where am I at service? That is where you have your circle, because when you are in a circle where you are of service, your communication becomes effortless. And that is the place where you do not take things personally anymore. Okay? So very important. Your step 3 is you do not take things personally. Why? Because focus has to be on what was being said rather than who said it. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Go back to an incident. It could be sad, it could be depressing, it could be tragic, it could be heartbreaking. Go back. Notice that person. And up until now, the only reality we knew was who said it. But now, for a few seconds, I want you to give it a new overhaul. I want you to start looking at what was being said. Now take it in. What was being said? Breathe in, breathe out. What was being said? What was being said? Not who said it. What was being said? Now slowly and gradually open your eyes. What is one lesson that came up for you? Because what happens is when you do not take things personally, what happens is that you find out what your lesson is. Isn't that important? It's the same person, it's the same scenario, everything is the same, right? But the moment you take a step back from the drama, okay, what's going on? Because as long as you're a piece in that drama, the learning will never happen. So step out of the drama by telling yourself that from now on, I'm going to start witnessing. Okay, so you have the scenario, you have the person, you are in it, person is it, or people are there, however your personal scenario was where you just went into. Now you're stepping out and you're listening to what was being said rather than who said it to me. Oh my goodness, I'm already choking saying that. Okay, what was being said? That is it. What was being said, because the moment you know what was being said, you will have a golden nugget for you. Okay, you'll have a golden nugget. What is that golden nugget? It's your learning. And when you learn something from these patterns that keep spiraling over and over again, you break the pattern. Okay, right? So don't take things personally. That's your number 3. Okay, or 10 more. But I'm gonna contain myself a little bit because less is more. That's my theme for 2020. Less is more. And number 4, super simple. Be brief. Be brief. Be brief. What does that mean? Keep your conversations very simple and short. If your sentences are too long, you've lost yourself and you've lost the other person in the conversation. So the communication is boom, it's gone. In less than 20 seconds, you've lost your audience. Be it at a professional level, at a personal level, at a social level, it's a gathering with friends, it could be any of those. So you've lost your audience. So be brief, extremely important, and be simple. And when I say be brief, be simple, that also means that you got to put your full stop. Normally, we begin a conversation and somebody jumps into that conversation and completes the sentence for us. This used to happen to me a lot because I love talking. Right? I'm sure a lot of us do that. We love talking. When we have something good to share, we just want to keep going on and on and on. Okay? It was hard for me. It was very challenging for me to be brief, to be simple. Learn the power of full stop. If you've started your sentence, you complete it. Okay? Let the other person add more when you've completed your sentence. All right? So extremely important. Be brief, which also means be simple, which also means learn to put a full stop. Okay? So very important, very vital. So keep that in mind. How are you? Say at least a sentence or 2. Make that person feel valuable, that he or she asked you how you are. Okay? And then don't take it personally. Not who said it, what was being said. The impact of that is you will have a golden nugget as to what did I learn. What that helps you with is you break a pattern. A limiting belief pattern is what you would end up breaking. Okay? And then you are also going to be brief, be simple, and you learn to put your full stop. When you begin your sentence, you complete it. So when also other people begin their sentence, let them complete it. Okay? And yes. Okay. That's it for today. However, I am gonna leave you with a very beautiful chant. I would love for us to do a very beautiful chant. It's called Satnam. It's a wave which says Sat and Nam. As it plays, maybe listen to 1 or 2 rounds and then when you sing, you have your hands on your navel point, which is 3 fingers below your belly button. Okay, so put both your hands on top of each other over there. I want you to feel the vibrations, because communication is a vibration indeed, isn't it? We got to believe it. Everything is a vibration. Everything is energy. So what is Sat Nam? Sat means truth. Nam means identity. So whenever you're communicating mindfully, you become the ambassador of truth. Okay, your identity, your presence, you becomes a present to the people whom you are having a mindful communication with. Okay, so Let's close our eyes, and we'll do this for about perhaps a minute or two. So stay with me. Close your eyes and bring awareness to your navel point. 3 fingers below the belly button. That's your power center. Everything happens here. Our entire being, welcoming itself into the planet Earth, begins here. Life begins here. Communication itself is life. We are giving life to vibration through words. Isn't that beautiful? So as you listen to the chant, I invite you to chant along. Keep breathing in and out, abdominal breathing. Feel that spiraling energy of Sa and the Nam. And take a deep inhale. Suspend your breath. Hold your breath in. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale deep. Suspend your breath in. Hold your breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Rest your hands by the side, keeping the eyes closed. And go within and sit with whatever we discussed today. And notice any shift in perspective that came up for you at a personal level. Perhaps now you choose, and you choose better, because now you know better. So when you know better, you choose better. You choose better words. You choose better times. choose better vibrations. And gently rub your hands. Cup your hands on top of your closed eyes. Heal yourself with your own healing hands. And gently release the hands. Open your eyes with a beautiful smile for the entire week ahead, for the day. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope this quick check-in with each other that we just did today added value, added more meaning into your life. And now you would love to communicate, because communication means healthy relationships. And it's very vital and pivotal that we keep refining this amazing gift that we are born with. We are born with this gift. It's not a skill. Confidence is a skill. Maybe we can talk about it one day. But communication is a gift we are born with. So utilize it to your optimum level. Utilize it because it's a gift. You're born with it, isn't it? So use of whatever you've picked up that has added value to you, and I hope to see a lot of you on the 24th of April and mindful listening. So communication was important before we step into mindful listening. So God bless. Take care of yourselves. Stay home. Stay safe. And let's see each other on the 24th, same time. Lots of love. Blessings to all.